Tonight on Philly Sports Spotlight, a Sunday in July, and Eagles fans not only tailgating at the Link, but also filling the stands. And folks, all this for a practice? Meanwhile, the Eagles came away from this year's draft with a nice crop of rookies, but one of those rookies almost quit the game. And it was a belated call to the hall for this former Eagle, but he's glad to tell you, better late than never.
Phil, can you fill me in? Spotlight, yeah, you in the spotlight. Philly Sports Spotlight. Now you finally got the chance to shine bright and highlight. Put you in the spotlight. Philly Sports Spotlight. And if you ain't lying, then you're not right. Spotlight, yeah, you in the spotlight. Philly Sports Spotlight. Now you finally got the chance to shine bright and highlight. Put you in the spotlight. Philly Sports Spotlight. And if you ain't lying.
Good evening and welcome to Philly Sports Spotlight. I'm Phil Andrews, and while your calendar may tell you it's July, there is a distinct smell of football in the air. That's right. This was the scene Sunday at South Philly, where thousands of Eagles fans turned out to watch the first of 5 free open practices to the public during Eagles training camp. Of course, this is the first time the Birds have held training camp in the city confines, well, since the end of World War II, when I think they were called the Steagles. That, however, is another show. But for now, team management confident they've made the right decision to leave Lehigh.
I think we have a combination of things, because leaving Lehigh was hard. 17 years, it's their family, and they'll always be family. But we've tried to balance intimate practices here at NovaCare for fans, and then at the stadium with the 5 practices, we've themed those practices. So they'll see something different at each of the practices, from an alumni day on the 28th of July to military appreciation on August 5th to a bobblehead giveaway on August 11th. So we've tried to incorporate a fan experience into every aspect of the camp experience, and we're excited to see it all come together.
So listening to that, it sounds like management happy with the move, but what about the fans? What are they saying about the team ending their long-standing tradition of holding training camp outside of the city limits?
It does. It allows for people to come see it that can't go to Lehigh. Unfortunately, not everyone's happy, but the people in Philadelphia that can't go to Lehigh, they're happy. So I'm one of them. So
this is all part of really starting fresh, isn't it? I mean, Andy's gone and Joe's gone and Chip's in, and this is all part. This all feels exciting, doesn't it?
Absolutely, this is unprecedented. You look around the league, you see how many fans come out to the training camps. When they shine the cameras on Philadelphia today, they're going to be like a sold-out stadium for the first practice. It's unprecedented.
Wait. We're talking about practice?
We're talking about a sold-out practice.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool coming down here to watch the, Eagles practice and whatnot, just looking at them, be good this year.
How do you feel about the team actually leaving Lehigh and doing everything here in South Philly this year?
I think it's great. It's better revenue, better for the fans, better for the players. Somebody gets hurt, they can go right to the NovaCare complex. I just feel that Chip Kelly interacts with his players and his fans, and it's better for the city.
For so many years, the Eagles have had their training camps away from Philadelphia. How do you feel about them returning here to Philadelphia to actually do this thing?
And I'm glad to see it. Actually, this is my first time being able to, make it down to a training camp, because when they were actually out there in Lehigh Valley, I was trying to get off from work and trying to get up there. But, it was a great experience for me.
Now, I've got to be honest with you. I've covered NFL training camps for 28 years, 23 of those years with the Eagles. And the atmosphere this past Sunday was electric at the Link. My favorite part was when they introduced some of the Eagles alumni, going back as far as Hall of Famer Tommy McDonald from their 1960 championship team, all the way up to Brian Westbrook, Donovan McNabb, Brian Dawkins. This guy was also there. There he is, Kenny Donick, the executive editor of Jersey Man magazine, just soaking up the spotlight on South Philly. And check it out, he's in the studio with us, fresh off his engagement at the Link. And boy, you were just like, first of all, by the way, nice shirt, a little Magnum PI action in effect there.
Well, I'm a no-tie guy today, too. I'm summer casual.
Yeah, see, it's kind of a carryover.
I did say hello to Riley Cooper, who complimented me on my shirt choice yesterday, so that was pretty cool.
A little rad there. You were wearing a rad shirt. Absolutely. He went right out and looked for that shirt to find out they stopped selling it back in what?
Well, I'll sell it to him if he wants it.
No, seriously, Ken. It was a fun atmosphere yesterday, Sunday rather, at the Link, and I wasn't sure what to expect. But your thoughts? I mean, obviously you've been through training camp, not to this magnitude, but what were some of your observations from Sunday?
Well, number one, it seems like this regime is trying to bring the alumni back into the fold. To be honest with you, Andy Reid kind of held us at arm's length, and Chip has a philosophy that the Eagles are now family, and he wants the alumni to be a part of it, and we appreciate it. There was a great turnout there yesterday. You had guys like Tommy McDonald and Maxie Vaughn and Sean Landetta and Brian Dawkins and McNabb and Westbrook, and it was just great for all of us to get together and share in that special moment. I did, however, have a problem with the way they lined us up for the introduction.
It was done alphabetically, but the DA, and then after that is DU, so
Right.
you had to follow Brian Dawkins.
I followed a guy named Brian Dawkins, and luckily his applause overflowed into my introduction, so I didn't feel so bad.
Yeah, I felt a little bad for you.
Thank you.
But listen, you were there.
I was
and that's
there.
something I can never say. I'm not an alumni of any NFL team. Great atmosphere, but look, we've got a lot more to show the folks at home. Let's take a deeper look at the sights and sound of Sunday's open practice.
1, 2, 3, 4, fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory.
By the way, folks, if you liked what you saw in that video, the Eagles will hold 4 more of those open practices, August 5th, 11th, 17th, 26th, and then the season starts for real. Okay, it's going to be time to take our first break, but before we do that, time for our trivia question of the week. And you were, when you played for Dick Vermeil, your training camp was where?
Up in Westchester.
Okay, that's one of the 5 answers to our question. Let's not give any more away. For 17 years, the Birds held their training camp at the University of Lehigh University. Question is, can you name the last 5 places the Eagles held training camp? My good friend Ken just gave away one of the answers. We'll have the answer coming up later on in the show. The 5 sites where they held training camp prior to Lehigh University. Also, when we return, we'll tell you the story of an Eagles rookie who almost quit the game of football.